Hey everybody. Okay, so this story is just for you on YouTube. I can't fit a story about a man getting brained into 60 seconds. It just won't work. But you guys can see it here. So the story that I'm going to tell you about is about another Eleazar. And I was actually looking at Mr. Eleazar in Greenwood Cemetery, the one that we talked about that said, thank you for visiting again. And I picked up the story about William Eleazar. William and a gentleman named James Harriman, both from around like the Dixon, Tennessee kind of area. They were in fact rivals. And back then you didn't have school quite the same way we do now. So they had attended a reading club, which was probably a good way to meet girls, but it was also a way to educate yourself. And believe it or not, I am standing in Mount Olivet Cemetery. William Eleazar used to work here because he was a buff guy from what the newspaper article said. But he and James were not friends. And in fact, James's friends had told William's friends that they were going to run him off. So William, not to be bested, waited until the club was over. And the reading club ended. He came outside of the schoolhouse and he said, "Oh, really? You're going to run me off? What about it?" Well, that didn't go well for James. So one of James's friends, Eldridge Myers, said, "Oh, I'll show you what I'm going to do about it," and began to have a fist fight with William. Well, you know, boys will be boys. They had their fist fight. In the process of this, they fell down and William actually bit off kind of the end of his nose. Yeah, ew. That's what I'm thinking, ew. But that went on. Well, then one of William's buddies, Charlie Maddox, ran his mouth, and so then Charlie and James are over at the fence along the edge of the schoolyard, and they begin to have a brawl. Now that William has gotten Eldridge under control by biting off the end of his nose, he takes off and he thinks that he is going to go help his friend. So he gets over there. Only there's one problem. James saw him coming. Well, there was a loose plank right there. So James picks up the loose plank and just swings it for all he's worth. Well, when he does this, William Eleazar just crumples to the ground without a sound. Well, now we've got mass pandemonium going on in the schoolyard. Boys fighting boys, and all of this ruckus, y'all, is over a girl, of all things. It's all over a girl. It always is over a girl, right? Over a girl, over a boy, eh. So, anyways, so we've got this going on. We've got all this ruckus. It takes them a little bit to realize that, in fact, William has not gotten back up. He hasn't said anything. So they get everybody calmed down. They go over, and it doesn't say who, but one of them goes over, rolls William over, and realizes that just right here, right above his right temple, there is his skull is broken. Brains ooze out, y'all. Brains ooze out. This is not good. So they're now in moonlight. We got brains, we've got a skull that's crushed, and we got folks that are losing their minds. They at least have the presence of mind to take him and put him in a house nearby, and they go and they call for a doctor. Now the first doctor to arrive is J.T. Madden Jr., Dr. Madden Jr., and he gets there and he is not prepared for what he sees, but he does notice and he does note that William is able to talk. He makes the comment that William is conscious, he's coherent, he can carry on a conversation, but if you leave him to himself, he's kind of like Goldie Hawn when they put her down in the water barrel in Overboard, you know, he kind of does that. He kind of just wanders off to himself and begins to mumble. But as long as he's engaged with you, he can talk. Dr. Madden knows that he is not prepared to do a brain surgery on his own. He really doubts that this boy is going to live. He tells everyone, you need to keep an eye on him. I'm going to get a colleague, and tomorrow morning, if he's alive, we're going to do a procedure. So William does in fact make it through the night. Dr. Madden, good to his word, comes back, and he brings Dr. Watkins with him. And they together are going to do the procedure. So they begin to do this. What they remove from him is about a silver dollar size piece of skull. They also remove, in total, from the night before, because William coughed, some more brain matter came out. They found some in the schoolyard when it all first happened, and then what had to be removed in the procedure, he lost about a teacup full worth of brain matter, okay, right here. And Dr. Madden, being very honest and very fair and probably a really good doctor, tells his friends, you know, we've done this procedure, but we can't guarantee he's going to live. His odds of living are about 1 in 100,000. But here's the twist on this story. And number one, as though it's not weird enough to see Brained, Eleazar Brained, William Eleazar survived it, guys. He did, and he lived to be in his 60s. The other thing in the follow-up article that really caught my attention was the fact that they said he was brighter than he was before. Now, I don't know if that meant he was more cautious or if he had higher cognitive abilities, although I highly doubt it. I'm not really sure what brighter meant for them, but yeah, that's a crazy tale. It really did happen. Eleazar is buried, as far as I can tell, in the Jackson Eleazar Cemetery in Burns, Tennessee. I hope you guys enjoyed this story from beneath.